Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the fight that got announced last night between KSI and Joe Fournier. Um, the next event on Misfits Boxing. I think that obviously this is a step up for KSI. Obviously it's a lot much harder fight than obviously Swarms and Luis Pineda and forget the other guy's name, FaZe Temper. I think that obviously Joe Fournier is undefeated in 9 professional fights. He's knocked out 9 people. He's a billionaire. He's a businessman. You know, he's 40 years of age. He once went the distance with David A in an exhibition fight. So I think he knows his way around the ring. So he's got a lot more knowledge than the other guys I mentioned. And as I say, I think it's a step up. But again, I do believe he is a cherry picked opponent, and I think KSI will wipe the floor with him. To be honest with you. I just think it's been made for KSI to win. You know, obviously Joe Fournier is a businessman. You know, he hasn't fought I think in 2 years or something like that. I think in my opinion he's just coming into this fight looking for a payday. Uh, you know, I think obviously Jake Paul took on the biggest challenge yet when he took on Tommy Fury, and obviously this is KSI's big step up, but I don't think it's even a contest. I think, if Tommy Fury and Joe Fournier were to fight, I think Tommy Fury would blitz him. So, I think, KSI really does need to step up his opponents if he's going to be considered a good boxer. Obviously, I think when you compare him and Jake Paul's resumes, I don't even think it's a contest. I think Jake Paul has faced tougher fighters. Tyron Woodley is, in my opinion, a tougher fight than Joe Fournier. I think obviously Tommy Fury is an obvious tougher fight, and I also think that Anderson Silva is a tougher fight than Joe Fournier as well. So at the end of the day, obviously I think next, by the end of the year, I think we're going to see KSI and Jake Paul, which is a huge fight in crossover boxing, let's say. I think, at least Jake Paul actually took on, in my opinion, a real challenge, a young, undefeated professional boxer. I think KSI is fighting somebody who's, as I say, 40 years of age. He's been really inactive, and he's more of a businessman. Boxing's not even his main profession, it's business. So, I do expect a comfortable KSI win again. But we just need to see the KSI and Jake Paul fight now. I think that'll do huge numbers. It's potentially going to be at Wembley Stadium at the end of the year. And it is a fight that everybody wants to see. I am a fan of the crossover boxing. I think that it does bring a lot more eyes to the sport. I'm not a fan of it when these guys call out world champions. Obviously Jake Paul's called out Canelo in the past, which I just can't condone. You can't be calling out somebody like Canelo who's been a professional boxer since he was 15. And he's had over 50 fights. 4-weight world champion, 4 or 5-weight world champion. You don't stand a chance. If obviously Jake Paul aspirations is to be a world champion, he's never, in my opinion, he won't achieve that. If you can't beat Tommy Fury, then you're not going to achieve that. So, I just think, I do think eventually KSI and Jake Paul will stop. I'll be very surprised if they carry on once after they fight each other, because I think it's going to be the biggest paydays of their careers. So, but I think the Misfits boxing events, I think they do provide good opportunities for young fighters, and I think that it is becoming a really good platform on the zone. So tune in. I do think, as I say, I think it's an easy win for KSI in my opinion. So tune in. It's going to be on the zone pay-per-view, and yeah, so tune in to watch that fight, and I'll see you for the next video.